guys, it's Kate. Welcome to Corporation Narcissist 101. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Don't forget to hit the bell so you know when I upload more videos. Also, like and share as well. Guys, how does the narcissist respond to you being indifferent? How do they respond to you being indifferent? First of all, let's remind ourselves like the narcissist, all they need is attention. They need your attention, positive or negative. It doesn't matter. The point is that they want for you to have them in your mind, in your thoughts, and what you're doing, your actions. That's what they want, because that shows them that they exist. It shows them that you see them. It shows them that they are actually present. So let's define or get the definition of what being indifferent is, and then we're gonna move on to how that applies to us, that living with them or having lived with them or trying to co-parent with them, and then eventually how they respond to this when you get to this state. Now, we have to understand obviously that this is of course a practice, practicing this to get to the point of you being indifferent. So we're not going to lie to ourselves and think this is something that overnight it happens, or because you just willed it in your mind that it happens. No, this realistically takes time for you to get to this point, because you have to go through all these emotions. You have anger, you feel sorry for yourself, you have all that happening before you get to the point where it is what it is zone. That's pretty much what that is. Get to that point of being indifferent. So I googled it. How being indifferent, what is that? Being indifferent means that you lack concern, you lack interest, you even lack sympathy towards somebody or something. That's how it's defined as per Google. Is that you lack concern, you lack interest, you lack even sympathy towards something or somebody. Now, how does that translate to us? What does that mean to us that are either living with a narcissist? You have you have a relative that you live with that is a narcissist, or that you are still married to these people, or you're co-parenting like some of us with narcissists. So that means that for you to be indifferent to these people, let's say this is a relative that you live with, or you don't live with them, but you interact. Maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a sibling, or a friend, whatever that you constantly interact with. You being indifferent here means that you do not internalize any judgmental comments that they make. That's one of them is that you do not process anything that they tell you, anything that they say. I mean, let me example here. Let's say in the house, it's a family member, and let's say you do the dishes all the time. I mean, you do the dishes so well that even people that come to the house, commend you for that. Like, you do it and the dishes are sparkling and everybody can see it. However, this particular relative of yours, that happens to be a narcissist, will never find any good thing to say about it. They will find issue with it. They find issue with that you doing the dishes. They'll have some kind of negative comment about it. Prior to this, of course, you are defending yourself. You are saying, what do you mean? This is not right. The dishes are clean. You always, like, every time they bring that up, you definitely go to defense mode. You're defending yourself, or you are bringing something else up, whatever. But you respond. You react to whatever it is that, whenever they throw this at you. Now, by the time you get to the point of you're indifferent, now you do the dishes, you get to that point where the dishes are clean, they're sparkling, you can see it. Of course, by the time you get to this, point where you've at some point stopped trying to defend yourself, move from that point to the point where you are, trying to understand why they're saying this to you. Then you move from that point to the point where you are now indifferent. It doesn't matter, because you figured out this person will say the same thing, even if you go buy a new set of dishes and bring home that look exactly the same, they will still find something to say. Now, this is the point of you accepting or being okay with the fact that they're not okay with what you're doing. Okay? This is where you are now. So they come in with that comment of, oh, the dishes are, something is wrong with them, blah, 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 they're not clean. And you come up with, and your response would be like, oh, okay, well, I guess, maybe you'll catch it in the morning or something. And then you you walk away. Like you don't, you are not going to defend yourself about the dishes anymore, trying to explain how clean they are, how much time you spent, washing them. That's the state that you're in. Is that okay? I'm okay with you not being okay with what I just did, because I know I did what I did correctly. Okay, so if you share children like we do, is you coming to the fact on the end, understanding that taking care of the children is not going to be 50-50 with these people. Like, you get to that point where you're not, okay, I do this, you do that, I do this, you do that, because they do not care about the kids, and it will never be to that point where they will match you 1-for-1, because they do not care for the kids. So this is where you understand that and know there will not be any 50-50 in trying to care for the children, because they don't care. You being indifferent also shows, for us, shows that you do not stress about the divorce decree or the parental arrangement in like in the time that is allocated for each parent. Where maybe if you are holding the kids back when it's time for them to go to the visit, or you don't want them to go, or when the kids visit, you hold them hostage, you don't want them to go back. Like, you get to the point where you are following what is in the decree. Like, okay, they're supposed to return on Sunday, you return them on Sunday. They're supposed to return on Monday, you return them on Monday. Regardless of what, the narcissist is trying to do, you still follow, what the decree says in terms of keeping, the visitation time and, custody time. That is you being at the point where that's what you're following, that you're not feeling it. You don't have any emotions about it. Like, you're not angry that they're going over there. You're not angry that the kids are staying with the narcissist. It's just that you've got to the point where this is what it is. This is what the decree says, and you're following that accordingly. And of course, another thing is that you're not fazed by any social media post. In case you are still following the narcissist or the news supply or people that are related to any of them, which I'm advised not to do that, because you want to kind of shut all that down. You don't need all that. It's not going to benefit you in any way. But if somehow that channel is still open, and you still checking a post or seeing the post or spying on them through your friend or whatever, if those things don't faze you anymore, like whatever it is that they posted doesn't matter to you anymore, and you're going to get to the point of being indifferent. Or you have where you do what needs to be done, and I think this attaches to the point of being 50-50, accepting that parenting is not going to be 50-50. This is where that you do what needs to be done for the kids, regardless of what the narcissist is supposed to do. I give you an example here is like, let's say medication. You know your kid needs a particular medication, and they're going to the narcissist place. They're supposed to buy it, and they're already, acting some type of way based on, previous or the history of it. This is not where you're going to hold back and say, well, he needs to do it, she needs to do it because she knows she's supposed to do it. No, this is that time where you do what you need to do, because you don't care one way or the other. If they get over there and they manage to get the medication or whatever, that's fine. And this applies to certain important things like medication or something really important that your child needs. This is where you look beyond all of that. They do not matter. You don't care you don't want to argue with them about, you're supposed to buy this, why didn't you buy this? This is where you ignore all that and do what you need to do right by your kids. Now, this is what it means for us to be indifferent where the narcissist is concerned. Now, how do they react to this? Okay, so a couple of ways that they're going to react to this. Let's say in the first case example where the narcissist is a relative that you live with. This is when they will be making comments when they see people. Let's say you guys are home, some people come over to visit you guys, everybody's chit-chatting, this is the narcissist will say this to the people. Well, I don't know, you don't really know what Kate is doing. She doesn't talk that much these days. Nobody really knows what's going on. Now, it doesn't matter that you obviously you've been talking. It's just that you haven't been responding to when they go trying to attack you for no reason, making all those judgmental comments that you choose not to. You don't care enough to engage in anymore. So now it'll translate to you not talking anymore. Nobody knows what you're talking about. So they talk about this in front of other people to see if these people will get you to maybe reveal the superpower that you now have, that you're not ignoring fights, that you're not engaging with them anymore. So they made that comment to put you on the spot. Well, we don't know what Kate is doing these days. She hardly talks, and nobody knows what's going on. She's here, but she's not saying anything. Like I said, you've been present. You've been saying anything. Just that because you chose not to engage them when they try to get you to, for you to engage with them. This is what they say. So that the person whoever it is that's there will turn around and start asking you if something else is wrong or whatever. Well, nothing else is wrong. You just got to the point of you're indifferent. You don't feel one way or the other, however they feel about what you're doing. The next thing that they will do if you're co-parenting is that this is the time they will follow the decree. They will not start following the decree. The ones that they're deviating from all the time. They will follow the decree. They follow it to the letter. They will do, spend the more time they're supposed to spend with the kids. They will come visit when they're supposed to visit. This is when they, follow the decree. Of course, this is all to get you to either relax a little bit so that they will strike again, or get you to, maybe comment them on them following the decree as stated. Either way, they're trying to get the reaction out of you. Or they will increase the pettiness. Oh, the pettiness would increase. This is when they might even, like in my situation just last week, I called the kids, and when my son was in the bathroom when I called, so I told my daughter, okay, you tell him to call me back, because they're visiting for the summer. They're visiting Narcissist for the summer. So you tell him to call me back, and then I can talk to him. My daughter said, Mom, we're not allowed to call you from here. I said, what? Yeah, that said we can't call you from here. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, never mind. I'll call him. I'll call your brother in 10 minutes. Now, of course, they're waiting for you to come send emails, come engage, like even before, like if this was 2 years ago, yes, I probably would have said something. I've gone off. But, I'm at that point where I hear that I wasn't really, like, I expect those things to be happening. So I'm not like pissed off to react, because all I needed would do, okay, I'll call your brother when he comes out. And that's it. But this doesn't happen overnight. You go through all this process to get to the point where you practice and practice and pretend and pretend and practice to the point where you're genuinely, that's how you feel about things. You get to the point, that's exactly how you feel. There's no pretending. That's just really is how you feel, So then the next one, where's the competitive? They might even send a new supply, to come pick up your children, if, or drop them off, so they can come to they might come with them and then have the new supply bring the kids to the door if they're younger, or have the new supply come to the door to come pick up the kids. One of those things will, they will try that. Of course, that's to, get you to, react, say something or whatever. That will happen. Can you imagine the shock in your face if, the new supply comes in and you have your game face on and there's no reaction, and you're like being civil with them and like, oh, okay, here's the diaper bag and here's the backpack and thank you, and then you close the door. You can imagine how shocking it would be, because the new supply is is with the narcissist on this, because they think that they are doing something to help their relationship. Like I said in the other video, they'll be the best flying monkeys. They think this is what they need to do to solidify their relationship over there. So yeah, they'll be a part of it too. Another way is obviously the ridiculous lie that will come out of during this period. Ridiculous that they've been lying about you with the smear campaign and everything, but the ones that come out, the lie that will come out of this by the time they know that you're indifferent is that it'll be shocking to you. And when they do this lie, they're gonna add the kids, especially if the kids live with you. It doesn't even matter really. They will use the kids now. So you have a manufactured lie about, now they will not use the kids as the kids said this. The kid said that, They're telling whoever it is, the kids said that they have like women running back and forth in the house every day. There are different women every day, odd hours of the day or something. Like they come up with some unbelievable lie using the kids. Because, they can't really, they've done this smear campaign when they lived with you, so they know different things to use to, go at you. But now that maybe you are not with them anymore, and you have children, because if you don't share anything, this obviously will not, they'll still try though. They'll still try. But if you have kids, it makes it easier for them to insert the kids right there and say what the kids said to them or didn't say to them, to whoever, So you expect the most ridiculous lie to come up. Or because you decided not to engage, you don't feel anywhere about them, you don't think about them long enough or care that much to have any kind of feelings one way or the other with what they're doing. So they come up with all this lie. And of course, the last way they will react is silence. They'll keep quiet. Because, a person that is completely living off of people, giving them attention, telling them, putting them in the middle of their world, and they are the sun, everybody's dancing around them. When somebody doesn't even show any kind of a concern towards you, like you don't even register for them to address you, for them to engage you, obviously this is a narcissistic injury on their part. So they will probably disappear for a while, especially when they've tried all this other stuff and nothing is getting you to say something, nothing is getting you to come at them one way, positive or negative. They will shut down for a little bit. They will disappear. You will be surprised that you wouldn't hear from them for a while, because they thought of you not even caring enough you don't even see them to react. That kills them. So that's why I say when you get to the point of you being mad, being angry, oh my God, you get through all that, you're gonna cry, you be mad, you piss the heck off, the best thing to do, or eventually you pray for, is to be indifferent. You don't even want to get even. There's no point, because getting even means that you actually have them on your mind, you're thinking about them. No, it's to get to the point where you're like, what, we'll let karma handle them. Even when people are talking about them, because I know when I came out of that their marriage, people, even hearing his name, like I'll be like, I'll be pissed the heck off. I'll be pissed off, but eventually when you get to the point of being indifferent, that people talk about, they're discussing them, then the only thing you have to contribute to that is either you don't say anything, or you like, oh, well, we'll let God, we'll let God get that one, or we'll let karma have that one. Like, and when you say it, like, you're not really mad about it, you actually believe that, like, that's how where you are. And like I said in the beginning of the video, like, this is not overnight. This is something that you practice, go through all the phases. It's not going to be easy until you get to that point where, what, you do not matter to me enough for me to even think about the ways to get even. But I'll be indifferent to you. You do not matter. You do not matter for me to even dedicate my time, carve out time from my, my day to think about ways to, get even for what you did. I'll just be indifferent, which simply means you do not register on my radar for me to even address you. All right, guys, get a hold of your mind, and everything else fall into place. Take care.